Welcome to the D-League podcast. I'm your host, Leo.
I'm Freddy.
And as I'm looking at my app right now, it says, playoffs are approaching. Playoffs begin week 15. 13 days, 10 hours, 32 minutes, and 29 seconds. And by the time you guys are hearing this,
What the
it's
fuck?
probably going to be less.
Mine says 33 minutes and 41 seconds.
Really? Wait, what?
Typical.
I blame Dave.
I also blame Dave. If you would have just read the rules, none of this would have happened.
Yeah. I guess I'm in the future or something, dude. 10:33 and I'm at 10:32. I'm at 10:31 now.
10:33, dude.
Yeah.
All right,
I'm in the future.
33, yeah.
That's crazy. Okay.
Good
well,
job.
Good job, Dave. You fucked everything up.
You did it. You did it, Leo. In the future, I didn't think you were
I'm
going
in
to
the
do
future.
it.
Yeah. Well, you know,
I didn't think you were going to do
more
it.
than one person will agree that I was in the future because, you know, my trade actually came through last week, which we'll talk about in a little bit. But yeah, the showdown has commenced. The bloodbath, the divisional bloodbath, is starting, or has started, and it's only going to get bloodier and more bathier.
All up until it's playoff time, and Dave is trying to find a way to get into the playoffs.
He's already warned us. He's like, oh, you know, I might do some crazy shit, you know?
He
Fuck.
did, didn't he?
He
You
did
want to
say
read
it.
the exact quote?
Go ahead. I don't know where it is.
I kind of do. So I said this morning, you know, because it's true. My lineup is set, right?
Yeah.
For the most part, for these upcoming days, my lineup is fucking set. But I still look at my team at least once an hour, just to look at it. I just stare at it. So
Yeah.
I'm just staring like, CJ.
So you be you, and I'll be the rest of the guys. And we'll just read out the chat.
Yeah. So
Go ahead.
Dave says,
No, you say.
me.
Yeah.
I say, I'm not going to make any changes. Yet I look at my lineup at least once an hour.
Laugh out loud, same, says Danny.
And then I'm not gonna say what I said.
Uh-huh. And then
Dave.
Dave's like, I'm so ready, man. Love this time of year.
Today I said, you know, it's super spicy. You know, because
Yeah.
I agree. Until Mark was actually,
You're ready because you can add yourself into the playoffs.
And he goes,
I may have to update bracket if it doesn't work anyway.
so basically telling us that if his team doesn't work out naturally to get into the playoffs,
he might have to.
update
touch
it
a few
himself.
things, yeah.
And touch it. Look at that.
Yep.
Look at that.
Yep, crazy. So it's we're entering scary hours.
The whole league is scared. We're all getting.
We're not only scared of our own results, we're scared of our commissioner.
We're getting ready because it could be any of us to be kicked out for him.
Yeah.
And at the moment, everybody is running with their heads off, and we're ready to make a whole vote to change the league into 12 divisions.
Now, lucky for Dave, he remains top of the division, and we'll talk about divisions in a little bit. But let's kick it off with awards.
Awards.
Dicen que soy mamón, también que soy culero. No les pongo atención y muy poco les creo. No sufro de conciencia, yo cuido mi cuero. Se me activa el instinto con un buen veneno.
Team of the week. I was team of the week. I got highest score, but it doesn't come without the honorable mention, Ronald. This matchup was possibly one of the most important matchups I had in the entire season, and it was against Ronald. And Ronald put up 178.34 points, second highest score of this week. For me to have won against Ronald, I needed to put up more than 178. If you would have asked me any other week, I'll be like, nah, man, not going to happen. Not going to happen. But of course, my players came through. My trade showed that it actually worked. Although I did the math, and I would have scored 5 more points if I never did any of those trades. So whatever. I would have also won last week. So a lot of people were touting me as a fantasy genius and all this stuff. I'm not a fantasy genius, boys. I just got extremely lucky. And I scored 183 points to beat Ronald by 5. That's fucking crazy, man. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe that I won. Yeah, I beat Ronald, and I scored that many points. But here I am. Team of the week, highest score, and I'll take it. But it is still too early, and I'm also second in my division.
But to piggyback off of that,
Yeah.
best start of the week is probably you two. Because
Yep.
starting Kyron Williams off IR is,
It's pretty good. He popped off.
you wouldn't have to worry. You kind of have to worry about if he's gonna do good or not. But he went straight into McCaffrey mode.
Yeah. And it sucks, man, because I could have had McCaffrey and Kyron. That would have been OP. I'm a fool. Whatever. It's fine. Hopefully everything works out. So I got start of the week. Best bench goes to Ronald. But he didn't have anyone in his bench that could help his team. However, he had someone on his starting lineup that he could have dropped to the waiver wire and picked somebody else up.
So in my opinion, the best bench is the waiver wire.
Yes. And exclusively the waiver wire section of kickers. Because Ronald's kicker put up -1 points. Any normal kicker could put up, at least 6 points. And with 6 points, Ronald would have won. Now, let me go to Riley Patterson. Riley Patterson currently stands at kicker number 27. Let me ask you, how many teams are in this league?
In NFL?
In our league. No, in our league. How many kickers?
American football?
No, in D League. How many many teams are there?
Like the XFL or the Canada football team?
In our D League, how many teams are
the
there?
fantasy football team?
How many fantasy football managers are there in the D League?
12.
12 teams. That means that if everyone would have a kicker, the lowest ranking kicker would be number 12. Ronald, for some reason, thinks picking up a number 27 ranked kicker is a good idea. This is not the first time he does this. Every time I look at his kicker selection, it's always like number 20 and lower. Ronald, do you understand arithmetic, mathematics? 1 through 12, dude. Pick up a kicker that's 1 through 12. 1 through 12, dude. Not 1 through 27.
What kicker did he have?
Riley Patterson. It doesn't matter.
Riley Patterson. Look, Ron.
Number 27 kicker. Ronald, do you understand mathematics? There's only 1 kicker per team. There are 12 teams. Pick a kicker 1 through 12. It's very simple. But whatever. I applaud you and I thank you for being very foolish in your kicker decisions. Because of that, I won.
So
my kicker's number 3.
You blame him. You credit his losing to not starting a good kicker?
Yes, and I'll go even further. We're going to go into the waiver wire, see what's available. Kicker. We're going to go into stats, and we're going to go into season. Season stats. All right. Available. Cairo Santos, number 6 kicker. Could have had that guy. Blake Groupie, number 8 kicker. Could have had that guy. Number 9, Matt Gay. Could have had that guy. Will Lutz, number 11. Could have had that guy. And the list goes on and on and on. Number 27 kicker, Ronald. This is why you fail. And, this is why you lost. But also, you lost because luck was on my side. And I digress. Next award is Smelly Team.
Smelliest Team of the Week, presented by Fart Spray, of course. What do you think? What do you want? Where should I have behind this? It's for a specific guy. Do you want to have like tropical music?
Yeah, I think tropical music's dope.
If you can, you don't have to, but open up a beer. You don't have to, just do the noise. A father to many sons, all gay, each smelly in every way. Usually your favorite, but not for long. Adrian isn't the father, he's the smelly mom.
Thank you. Smelly Mom Adrian.
Yeah. Smelliest team of the week. Wow, 94 points.
94 points. Didn't even touch 100. You know?
You know, for someone who has been on top, for someone who's been leading and destroying and becoming people's fathers, he shit the fuck out of his bed.
And he dropped.
He dropped
He's
hard.
hard. We'll talk about divisions now, but he
hard.
dropped. He dropped hard.
Mm-hmm.
And then, lastly, last place watch. We have a new last place watch. Well, it's not new for the season, but it's new.
So at the moment, we finally have a definitive last place watch.
And it's not Frank.
It's not Frank.
Frank came on the show last week, and he's like, "No, I've been preparing this whole time to pump myself out."
He
of last
doesn't
place."
want to be last place
doesn't.
watch.
He
This
doesn't.
is incredible because usually the people who are in last place watch want to be in last place
Yeah,
watch.
just ask Sean.
Sean, you know, every time we talk about Sean, he talks that we talk about him, you know, he goes crazy at work, and I don't want to talk about him right now, so he's not in last place. The last guy who was last place watch loved being last place. I'm not going to name that person. But it's Bringus.
Bringus.
He fucked. He
Bringus
fucked up.
is he's last place
Last place watch.
officially.
He-
3 and 9.
3 and 9. It's not looking fine.
With that, we leave the awards and we kick it off with last week's results.
You want to do the results?
Yeah.
You want to do the fucking results?
Yeah.
All right, cool. I'm done.
All right. Results. We spoke about my matchup with Ronald already. 183
That's
to
cool.
178.
That's cool.
Jordan Love popped off. Kyron Williams. So Jordan Love 26, Kyron Williams 38, Josh Jacobs 22, Michael Pittman 20, Debo Samuel 22, and my Cowboys defense 16. Amazing. However, Ronald put up his fair share of points. 20 points from Kyler Murray, 27 Bijan, 15 from Montgomery, 25 from Tyreek Hill, 25 from Mike Evans, 23 from Zay Flowers, 17 from Laporte. Like, bro, and Broncos defense, 18 points. That was a tough start, dude. 18 points from Broncos defense. That was a tough start, and it worked out. And it all came down to -1 from his kicker, from his number 27 ranked kicker, I must reiterate.
Wow.
So yeah, that was that matchup. Sucks, Ron. Sorry.
So now transferring over to the Central Goons, I played Andy.
Oh yeah.
I played Andy, and now I wasn't first highest scorer or second highest scorer. I was the third guy behind you
Yes.
guys.
Mm-hmm.
And I just want to thank, I thanked a bunch of people for Thanksgiving, remember? The two main guys I thanked?
Yeah, vaguely I remember.
Here's the thing. This motherfucker had Prescott, and Prescott's scary, Dak Prescott. He had 32 points, and I was terrified going into the last Thursday Thanksgiving game. Super scared, super worried. But then, the gift of Thanksgiving gave me 30 points from Mr. White Boy.
Mr. Who?
Mr. White Boy, Christian McCaffrey.
Oh yeah.
And that's when my...
Plus 30 from CJ Stroud.
Yeah, that's when my game started going well. So he put up a fight anyway, because it's scary to have Kamara and Diggs on your team because they get a bunch of balls into their hands and they
Yeah.
run around the field with them. But
Devontae Smith,
Devontae Smith is
23 points.
he's cool. You gave him to me, remember?
Yeah, I know.
But something that we're gonna talk about later.
Turns out I had drafted all the best players. And I just
Something that we're gonna talk about later
Mm-hmm.
is DK Metcalf.
Oh yeah, we will be talking about that
He's
later.
just remember his name. Very important for a segment we have later, okay?
Yes. DK Metcalf.
What's the next match?
The next match could be any.
Dave, we'll do Dave and
We'll do Dave and bring us another division matchup in my division, which obviously, all these matchups from now till the end of the regular season are all going to be division matchups.
Mm-hmm.
And, Dave cemented himself. He's, hey, I'm the top of the division. Fuck you, bring us. You're the bottom of our division. Josh Allen, 40 Buckaroos. And Calvin Ridley, of course, the player that I traded away,
So I have a theory.
pops off another fucking time.
I have a theory. It's not a coincidence that there's a -1 for every interception as opposed to 2 when Dave has the guy who leads the league in interceptions. Just saying. And his whole time that he's talked about Josh Allen, he complains, and you know it because you hear it on the chat on PlayStation. He complains about interceptions. So many interceptions from this guy. Quack, 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 quack. You know?
Yep.
And guess what? -1 interceptions in a league where Dave has the guy who he hates the most. Just saying. Just saying.
I'm going to pull up the numbers right now.
He has 1 interception that game. Should have been 39 points.
I'm going to pull up right now. Ready? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Those are minus 13 points. That should be minus 26 points.
Yep.
Dave has 13 extra points that he shouldn't have.
And how many games of his have gone to the wire, you know?
Yeah, a lot. A lot. Definitely a lot. So, you know, here it is. Here in the flesh, cheating.
Josh
dude.
Allen got 3 interceptions one game, and instead of losing 6 points,
He only lost 3.
3 points.
Yep.
You know, we had to say that
Incredible.
because I don't think Ron is good at arithmetic. Remember? When you
No,
said
he's
that, so
not.
we had to
He's not,
explain it for
yeah.
him. Okay, thank you.
So yeah, good job, Dave. Dave continues to lead the division. Fucking shit. Let's finish off your division. Bill. I was about to say destroyed, but he didn't really. He only won by 11 points.
Now, I was actually
beat Danny.
watching this game very close. Very, very, very close. Because honestly, I wanted Danny to win, if I'm being honest.
Obviously.
But Bill winning helped me out just as much. So it was a win or win, win-win for me at this point.
That's part of the bloodbath battle of divisions. Yeah.
But I was, Addison kept on getting catches, right? Every time Addison would get a catch, Hawkinson would get 2. Every time Addison would get 2 catches, Hawkinson would get 1. So it was back and forth all up until fucking Hawkinson scored the touchdown and it was over. And I knew it was over because I heard the GG on the chat. I saw the GG go, boop, boop, GG.
Yep, GG, of course.
And the gods are like, oh, thank you for the GG.
Yeah, the gods love that shit.
The God love that shit, I know.
18 points from Ravens defense were not enough.
And right after that game, Lamar Jackson is on the trade block. But there's no trades anymore.
There are no trades. No.
Yeah, well, I told you, Lamar Jackson, not a good quarterback.
Well, that's unfortunate. Bill continues to be the highest record in the league. But he's been there before.
CG representing.
He's been there before, and he's never won in this league.
No.
So
Also,
that might be a cursed record.
why would he be allowed to win if it's Dave's league? You know what I mean?
Oh, no, yeah, definitely. Definitely. The league is rigged for a certain amount of players to not be able to win. The only person who's able to win that Dave doesn't really want to win is Marcos. But that's because Marcos works for Sleeper. So he's like the checks and balances to Dave's cheating. The next matchup.
We have to do the rest of the
last division.
The last division, yeah.
The last division is the East Hustlers
So
division.
I want to save one game for last.
Okay, so then lead it off.
Okay, so Sean played Marcos.
Okay.
And, I think if there's 2 villains in this entire league, in the entire chat, I think you know who they are, right?
Are you saying it's Marcos and Sean?
No.
Oh,
Marcos
and Dave.
And Dave.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
I would put Sean as a villain though.
Sean is not a villain.
No, you know what he is? He's like a side villain. He's like,
Okay, so
you ever seen Spider-Man 3?
no. Even better. Which Batman villain is he?
Sean?
Yeah.
Sean is like the Riddler from The Dark Knight.
I disagree. I think he's a villain
From The Dark Knight.
No, he is a villain from the beginning of an episode that Batman fucks up.
Oh, he's like the first villain.
He's the first to fuck up to get information for
The actual villain.
Yeah, so
yeah.
he's like the side, like,
Yeah.
he's just like, get out of the way, bro.
Tomato, potato. Sean is just like a nuisance.
Yeah, he's not really. Yeah.
Yes.
He's not an A-class villain.
No.
He's
like
a,
C-class.
like
Yeah.
C-class.
Yeah,
but
definitely.
Dave, I would say he's an A-class along with Marcos, in my opinion.
To some, I know Marcos is a villain to you.
You know who they are? They are the Riddler and Two-Face.
For me, Marcos is like the anti-hero. Marcos is like Lex Luthor to me. Like, he could be a villain, but at the same time, he's like... He could also be a hero because he's trying to protect Earth from aliens and shit. Marcos, in the end, is trying to protect the league from Dave.
I don't know about that.
But whatever. I mean, to each their own.
I'm saying he's the Riddler and Marcos and Dave is Two-Face in that movie.
Really? I feel like Dave is like the Joker, dude.
No. The Joker's actually thought out process.
Adrian's the Joker.
So yeah, it was a bad showing
Yeah.
by all of Marcos' teams, players. You know, he didn't have Tank Dell to bail them out, which he actually got 17 points. So I take
He
that
did
back.
have Tango. Raheem Mostert 21, Derrick Henry 20, DJ Moore 22, Keenan Allen 22, Jonathan Taylor 21, Dolphins defense 22. Damn, Sean went off, bro. I'm gonna tell you this: 3 22s in one lineup. I hate to say this, but I'm gonna go for a bold take really quick,
Go
okay?
ahead.
And I hate to say this.
Dude, why?
I think Sean's gonna win the league.
Why?
I don't know. Something tells me Sean's gonna win the league.
Sean is very funny.
And this is my first take, eh? I haven't said anyone is the favorite to win the league yet.
Sean is funny because he's somebody who generally will do something kind of out of the ordinary at first. It'll go really well during this middle stretch, and then when it gets important is when Sean breaks the cup.
That's true.
At
He'll
the
drop
end,
the cup and it
at
breaks.
the end, when you think he's not gonna do it, when you think it's all safe, you know, at some point you're like, you know, it's been a while since Sean hasn't broken a cup or dropped something on the floor. You know, it's fine, dude. Here's a glass cup. The moment you give him the glass cup, falls or breaks everywhere. So you know what? He might win the league, but he might buff it too. He's also a Heat fan, and you know. Just kidding, Sean. I was about to make fun of you. Just kidding.
The last matchup is your favorite Cuban versus Team Lord Butters.
And this is what I like to call the horrible.
That's good.
It's because it's horrible.
Yeah.
It was a horrible showing from both teams in reality, because we make fun of Adrian for not passing 100, but Frank barely passed 100 by 50.
.58, yeah.
.59
Exactly.
if you want to get serious.
Yeah. Freaking Adrian lost by 5.5 points, or no, 6 points technically, because of the .5. So Adrian lost by 6.02 points. That sucks, dude. But you know, like, if you're scoring that little, and winning, in terms, speaking about Frank, you know, like, what does that say about Adrian?
I'll tell you this. Are you ready? Frank gave Adrian Saquon. Saquon got 6 points this week. Didn't fuck them over. Frank was right.
And Frank got 25 from my Isaiah Pacheco.
Right? And guess what?
Yeah.
The Lions defense got 0 points. But I don't know if you noticed this.
Frank went negative twice.
-3. Negative twice, dude. And those motherfuckers are off the roster.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. Who did he trade Barkley for again? What was
Justin
it?
Fields.
Oh, Justin Fields put up 10 points. I guess 4 more points than...
And then Barkley.
Yeah, so that contributed to the
there you
6
go.
points to beat Adrian. I guess it worked out for that matchup.
It's funny because Adrian always beat people with negative players. Remember?
Yeah, that was
So it's karma.
his calling card,
Yeah.
because he's the Joker.
There you go.
Yeah. So there you go, guys. That was the matchups of last week. That was the results. Let's look at our divisions now. West Ballers, Dave leads with 7-5. I'm close behind, 6-6. Behind me, 5-7, Ronald, and the new last place watch, 3-9, Bringus.
Are you playing Dave this week?
I'm playing Bringus next week. Yeah.
Next week. Okay. So if you win, right?
Yeah.
And Dave loses,
We're tied record.
we're tied, but you'll be on top.
But if Dave wins and I win, he's still above me, and then our last matchup will be me versus Dave, and it'll be for all the marbles. However, I'm not going to count on my chickens yet because I still have to beat Bringus, and, you know, anything can happen.
It looks like a very nasty game between both of them. This is gonna happen
Yeah.
because they're all playing. It's week 13. Nobody has stars right now
Yeah.
except some of us.
Meanwhile, Dave and Ronald are gonna face off. That's gonna be a bloodbath in itself. So that's gonna be interesting. We'll talk about the matchups later on. In the East Hustlers, look at that, dude. 3 teams, same record, but Marcos leading by 0.14. Are you seeing these numbers?
Yeah.
His points for are 1,666. 0.14. But my winner, my projected winner, Sean, 1,666.00. So it's just 666 solid.
Yeah.
Okay, so 7-5, 7-5, and then right under
Satan
them,
is doing his work.
your favorite Cuban, 7-5. Sure enough, with 1592.88, and then after that is the second to last place. Watch the second place last, Frank. 7-5, 7-5, 7-5. You have 3 teams that are 7-5. All of them ranked into playoffs. So I mean, as it stands, I think they're all happy. But Marcos probably gets the bye. Yeah, he does. And then in Central Goons,
Central Goons is nice.
all different records,
all different
and all by one.
all different records, one by one. It's anybody's second place because I think Bill's gonna take it unless I beat him at the. I don't think I'm gonna beat him the last game, which is fine because I just need to win the next game, which is against Danny. But I just noticed that I am over everybody in my division, but points for by almost 100.
Damn, yeah.
So even if I tie with Danny, I think I would be good in my division if I would make it in with 6.
You are making it in currently as number 4.
7-6 or 7-7.
You're currently making it as number 4.
Hopefully.
So 8-4, 7-5, 6-6, 5-7. All one game apart from each other. The race is getting heated, guys. Everyone
Race. But not like race as in like racism. As race as in like room, like NASCAR race.
Yeah.
Like rat race type. That's kind of racist.
That was
too, though.
divisions. Now we have a little segment that we would like to present to you. But before that, a word from our new sponsor, Only Farts. Now let me talk to you about Only Farts, Freddy, because this is a new website that's popped out, but it's something that a lot of our league members would probably be interested in. I can name a few that would love it. A lot of people have heard of the website called OnlyFans.
Oh yeah, OnlyFans.
Yeah. Where you subscribe to a person's website or whatever, and they do things online, sometimes sexual, sometimes less sexual, sometimes whatever. You just pay to watch them do things online.
Porn.
Most of the time, right? Only Farts is very similar. You subscribe to somebody's website and you watch them fart online. But what's more is that it's not just farting, because for that you just subscribe to OnlyFans to someone who farts online. No. This is Only Farts, meaning you with your console, with your fart spray console, your spray device, you connect it to your computer, and what happens is, let's say you're watching somebody and they fart. The fart spray, instead of their fart spray going off, it will be your fart spray that's connected to the computer will go off. So you will smell the fart spray of someone who just farted online.
I just get handed a paper. Yeah, it seems like each fart spray has not only fart spray capabilities, but it has a sensor.
Yes.
So when possible, if the model were to fart,
Yes.
the recipient would get the fart.
Will receive the fart spray smell. Yes. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Now there's a new feature to Only Farts that came out very recently, and that's why we're advertising this, is that now you, as the recipient, as the watcher, the viewer, can also fart, and the model will also receive a spray.
Yeah, so it's a kink. So if you like farting, then that's you can pay for that too.
Yeah, and basically the subscription comes with a fart spray for the model. So like, let's say you subscribe. Let's say Ronald wants to watch a model fart.
Korean
fart model, right? He will subscribe to Only Farts, and they will send a fart spray mechanism to this Korean model, and basically everyone who farts will spray. So like, let's say a Korean model has.
I want to fart.
Yeah, let's say she has 200 subscribers. There are 200 fart spray devices in her room, and sometimes they're going off all at the same time because people fart all the time. So it's just crazy. The technology that is coming out with fart spray, it's revolutionizing the fart industry and the entertainment industry and possibly the porn industry.
There's also, for the guys who just like to watch, there's fart spray on girl action too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So guys, check it out. Check out the website fartspray.com
And
/onlyfarts.
And if you order now within the next 69 minutes,
Yep.
you get sweaty pussy
Scented
fart spray, and you'll also get smelly dick fart spray just in case you're watching a male artist.
Uh-huh. And for those of you that are not good at arithmetic, that's 1 hour and 9 minutes that you have to make this order.
69 minutes, nice.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So thank you. Fartspray.com /onlyfarts. And now let's kick it off with the matchups, right? No, we have that's right. We have the.
So we just talked about farts, right? We have many sponsors, many different sponsors. Okay. So for the family of fart spray.
From the family of fart spray.
From the family.
Okay, so it's the same makers.
It's the same makers of fart spray.
Yeah.
You know, it's not a commercial. I'm just letting you know who's sponsored by.
This is the sponsor of the segment that we're about to do.
You know,
we already did the commercial.
You know why keep shitting your ass when you accidentally shart?
Yep.
Freeze dry that shit and throw it out with shart spray. This segment is sponsored by shart spray.
Now let's talk about shart spray really quick before we go into the segment.
Okay.
Because I'm very confused.
Guess.
Fart spray is gas for gas, right? Gas for spray.
Yeah.
What happens when you shart? Like,
So
how do you?
this is what
what's
happens.
a shart spray?
When you shart, fart spray goes off, right?
Yes.
But what is a shart, Leo?
Shart is liquid poop that
It's
pops
shit,
out of your mouth.
It's shit when
out of your butt.
What happens when you fart and you take a shit? You shit when you fart.
Yeah.
There's no remedy for that. If you're at a concert, if you're at a football game,
you're gonna be walking around with shart in your ass.
If you're coaching your kids and you shit your pants, what are you gonna do?
It's gonna start trickling down through your legs.
Smelling, and shit's gonna happen literally. Yeah. So it's basically a spray specifically engineered for shit.
Yeah.
To freeze dry shit, to completely get removed.
Turns into a solid piece of ice.
So you
shitty ice.
You can kind of like just slide it off of your underwear or your.
You grab it because it's a solid now, and you just throw it. And it melts into poop on the grass or wherever you throw it.
Yeah. So if you have shit running down your leg, you spray it on, and it kind of just like comes off as like wax if you're waxing your leg.
Yeah, basically.
And just for those people who get accidents,
This is fart spray technology, guys.
Shart spray.
Shart spray. Yep.
So this segment
is brought to us by Shart spray.
Yeah, I said that.
Okay.
What went wrong?
What went wrong, Freddy?
What went wrong? There are 3 fucking teams that we want to talk about, and specific things that went wrong for them to be where they are right now. All right? What went wrong? These 3 teams together have a record of 13 wins and 23 losses.
Wow, that's 1 in 3.
That's 1 in 3. Basically, they have enough losses for a lot. All right?
A lot of losses, yeah.
What?
How many losses? We're looking at 26 losses?
Yeah.
That's
22.
How much is that?
What went wrong, Leo? Andy,
what went wrong with Andy? Andy started off the season very badly, 0-3, but then soon
came back.
Turned around.
We talked a lot of shit about him.
Yeah, he went at a certain point. I think he went into 4-3, 5-3, something like that. It was crazy, and since then it's all been downhill.
He's made a bunch of trades, but
one in specific.
I don't know if you guys know this, but me and him have traded 3 specific times.
Yes,
right.
Mm-hmm.
But the trade that you want to talk about
is not with you.
Is one that he made week 10
with the current last place watch.
With the current last place watch, I'll call that a curse if you ask me.
I would too.
And while it looks good on the first game, it didn't help him win. Since then, he's lost every single game.
Basically.
He traded away scary Terry McLaurin, and he received DK Metcalf. Now, if I remember correctly, DK Metcalf is half hurt, half monster, right?
Yes.
He's a monster because he's really good at football, but he's
injured.
half hurt.
Yeah.
So even monsters get hurt.
Yeah, they do.
And it hasn't helped him out. And you want to know what happened last week? Metcalf got him 6.80 points.
Yeah.
It's not helping
Very
him out.
bad.
Since that happened, Andy went downhill.
Since that trade.
What
Yeah.
went wrong, Andy? You went wrong,
Yes. Who else? I think we have Bringus right here.
right?
Yeah.
What went wrong, Bringus?
Bringus, he traded many times. A lot of those trades were heavily criticized by me. And he traded with someone who hasn't traded that much.
And I'll give you something first. He won his first game, and it looked pretty good for him. We didn't have he wasn't on last place watch the first game.
No.
Nobody was, I think, until the second game.
Mm-hmm.
But what went wrong? What went wrong?
What went wrong? Ron went wrong.
What went wrong?
He traded with Ron.
He traded with Wong. What went
Yeah.
wrong? He traded with Wong.
Yeah, he traded with Ron, and he traded away one of the best wide receivers in the league, Tyreek Hill.
So
What did he trade it away for?
Hold on.
Yeah, this is crazy.
I just realized
I know.
this. I didn't realize this,
This is
when,
the
we,
curse,
when we
yeah.
talked about it.
It's
This
the
is,
cursed
this is when the curse. This is before, right?
Yeah.
Ronald traded away
Uh-huh.
Damian Pierce.
A cursed player.
And he's cursed Dave a lot, right?
Yeah, he cursed it.
And probably the most cursed player in fantasy football. I'm counting it right now. DK Metcalf. He gave DK Metcalf to bring us
Yeah.
for who?
Tyreek
Tyreek Hill.
Hill.
Tyreek Hill, the best player in football right now.
Yep.
Fastest man on earth.
Yeah. So what went wrong?
What went wrong?
He traded with Ron.
He traded wrong.
Yeah.
And you know, when you trade with wrong, it goes wrong.
Yeah.
All right?
Ron is wrong and wrong and wrong.
You know, you can't trade with somebody who's paper champ. So
No.
since then, and you know what, bro? Since the beginning of the season, he's just been losing and losing and losing and
3
losing
and
and losing.
9.
And I think he got his other wins, honestly, when he traded away Metcalf,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, he traded away and started winning a little bit. Yep.
So what went wrong?
What went wrong? He traded with wrong.
And you know what?
There's one
Leo,
last what went wrong, right?
What went wrong, Ron?
What went wrong, Ron? Ron drafted DK Metcalf, the cursed player of the season. But not only that, what went wrong with Ron?
I think it's two specific things that happened in before the season that went wrong with him, with Ron. Went wrong or Ron?
Yeah. What went wrong with Ron?
K-pop.
K-pop.
The moment he started listening to K-pop,
His obsession with Korean pop artists, Korean pop music. That went wrong. And it cursed him. I think it's cursed music. And it's
I think he met a Korean that cursed him.
maybe. Is DK Metcalf Korean? We should find out.
You know, probably is at this point. Probably is. But guess what? It also started the day he became paper champ.
Yes,
Once
Yeah.
he became paper champ, it went downhill for him.
it did. It's a lot of reasons, but I think Ronald just being overall very overconfident, very cocky, preaching the word of Korean pop,
Yeah.
and preaching the word of
which-
championship when he's not really a champion.
Yeah, we actually, should talk to the belt, see how he's doing, because it's not looking good right now.
We
for him.
should. We will be talking to the belt.
I think we spoke to him when he was kind of on a win streak, right?
Yeah, but I already have it scheduled. I don't know if you saw it. We have scheduled interview with the belt right before playoff starts.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah, so we'll be speaking to the belt for sure.
I think the belt probably feels like he's starting to open up and like not become Ron's towards the playoffs.
Yeah, he's already
Like he's
getting ready for a new home.
Once playoff starts, his bags are packed. Like that's it. Like his bags are by the door.
And let's just say, man, the belt must be very stressed because moving is not easy.
No, it's not.
He has to prepare himself for a potential new champion.
He's a baby right now. You
Yeah.
know, he's 2 years old. If we don't have multiple champions,
Although he said he's been alive for all of eternity. That's what he said
yeah,
last
but he's
year.
2 years old in this.
Yes, in our league.
In our league, And just as long as we don't have multiple repeat, he's going to travel every season.
Yeah.
So he's going to get used to it.
I think we all know who the belt doesn't want to go back to.
Yeah. So,
So what went wrong? Ron.
What went wrong?
Ron went wrong by drafting DK Metcalf, trading him to Bringas, who then traded it to Andy, and all three of these wrongdoers. It all went wrong.
Wrongdoers.
It all went wrong.
So what went wrong?
Ron went wrong.
And guess what, guys? The gym can't help your shitty team out. Okay,
No.
so
Three very adamant gym goers. They're all very buff and ripped,
So
or
it's-
they try to be.
it's funny because if you so you can get Andy's top half,
Yes. Attach it to
right? You can get Ron's middle part,
Yeah.
and then you can get Bringus's legs.
I think you would get Bringas' middle part because have you seen his team name? It's loser with a BD, right? So that's the middle part. So you would get buff top, buff middle of Bringas, and buff legs Ronald because he's a
Ronald.
soccer player. You create a buff superhuman
That-
that looks just like DK Metcalf.
And that's the 13 wins.
Yeah.
The rest of it is where the 23 losses
Yeah.
come from.
So Andy plus Ronald plus Bringas equals DK Metcalf, a cursed player, 3 cursed managers.
There you go.
And there you go. That's
you
what
go.
went wrong.
What went wrong? Sponsored by Short Break.
Short break. Yeah. So thank you. That was a very interesting segment, and let's finish it off.
Just to let you guys know, it all came together by accident.
It did. It did.
I
That was
didn't
crazy. We
re-
did not
I
plan
didn't
this.
realize
We
it.
did not plan this at all. So let's talk about matchups.
It's the end of the world as we know it. It's the end of the world as we know it. It's the end of the world as we know it. And I feel fine.
That's
I already kind of spoke about my matchup. I'm going against Bringas. He's actually projected to beat me by 10 points. Let's see what happens. I don't want to talk too much about this matchup, but it is a must-win for me. That's for sure. And for Bringas, it's a consolation. It's an
Are you
opportunity
missing
to
a
play
player?
spoiler.
No. Why?
No,
Why do you? What's
Yep.
wrong?
I have Josh Jacobs and Khalil Herbert. My 2 trade acquisitions are both on bye. So I'm playing some randos at routing back. I have to choose between Miles Sanders and this guy that I picked up. What was this guy? Dearness Johnson is the backup for ETN. So shit, bro. Let's go. In my division as well, Dave versus Ronald. Ronald is projected to win by 1 point, so basically a very even matchup. Ronald will try to play spoiler, but also try to make up as many points as he can, leading into his matchup with Bringas. If Ronald beats Dave and then beats Bringas the next week, and then I win, it's very possible that we'll have also tying records. So anything can happen. Anything can happen. It's getting hot. Dave will try to keep his first place. I will hope and pray that he doesn't. In your division, you go against Danny.
I think this is probably the most important game of the season for me. It's very close in our division. It's very close all around. So I need to win this game.
Mm-hmm.
Luckily, in a week 13 Desert Storm of players that aren't playing because of bye week, I still have all my starters.
Good.
Every single. So
It's not really a storm of bye week. Bye week storm passed already. This is just there are some players on bye, but it's like
he's missing.
shitty teams.
He's missing Lamar Jackson, Addison, Tucker, and the Ravens defense.
Oh, he's missing a lot.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Oh, yeah,
I'm
yeah,
not
yeah.
missing. I'm only missing my tight end, which I picked someone up.
Mm-hmm.
João.
Cool.
And I need to win. And,
Yeah.
and in that case, if I'm actually hoping for,
If I had to predict it, I think you will win.
whatever.
Yeah.
Andy needs to beat Bill for me too.
Yes.
But that game
It's closer.
looks very close.
Yes.
And that looks like a very tough game. Looks like game of the week to me.
Bottom
in my
of the
opinion.
division versus top of the division. You're gonna make Bill Andy game of the week. I think for me it's Ronald Dave is game of the week.
Ronald
so,
Dave?
I mean, it's very similar for both of us.
I think we made that matchup match of the week like at the beginning of the year or something.
We might have.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's fine. We don't really have a match of the week this week. I think every match this week is a match of the week.
It's match of the week because it's the number one of the division going against the last of the division, and it's a very close game.
Yeah, but who cares about your division if you're on the other two divisions?
Because he's the top of the division. He can go down. He can go down for everybody else to go up. So
Bill?
Yeah.
Bill's gonna make playoffs regardless with that record.
I know, but like if he loses 2 more games, it's gonna be
tighter, I guess.
That's what I'm trying to say. So it's in everybody's best interest for the people who are all the way up top to lose.
The only person I care about losing is Dave. That's it. And then obviously bring us because I'm going against him. So
it's a pretty good game too. But
I don't have a team. I don't have a game of the week.
We made that game of the week already.
Although Sean versus Frank. Frank is no longer a last place watch, but he was for the majority of the season. Sean is going to show a former last place watch team what a former last place watch team looks like.
Oh, I like that.
So this is kind of like a former last place watch bowl. So that's nice.
They both have super last place watch
Vibes?
Vibes, energy.
Yeah.
So, when a divisional team, the divisional teams play each other, even if the worst team in the league and the best team, it's always a tight game.
It's super tight game. Yeah, it's gonna be like that.
Since they were both last place watch at some point, one is the most greatest last place watch champion in all of history of last place watch.
The GOAT, Sean, right?
The GOAT was Sean.
Sean is the GOAT.
Going against somebody who almost did that.
Yeah. Yeah,
so it's going to be a strong game.
Yeah, I think no one matches Sean because Sean was consistently last place watch from like week 3
he was
to
super
the rest
proud
of
of it too.
Yeah. Yeah, he loved it.
He was super proud of it, and then when the season started, he wanted a first pick because he was last place.
Yeah.
The stupidest thing I've
So
ever
dumb.
heard. Yeah.
And then the last matchup is 7-5 versus 7-5. This could easily be match of the week. Adrian versus Marcos.
Adrian is suffering from week 13, so I don't know about that.
Yeah, and Adrian is Barkley-less, Devontae Adams-less, Gabe Davis. I guess that's good. Still does not have Justin Jefferson.
His receivers, Rondale Moore, Adam Thielen, and Brandon Cooks.
Yeah, it's not looking good for Adrian. No, not at all. So, but like I said, I don't want to pick any of these games to be game of the week. I think for every single person in the league, their game and their counter division game is the most important game of the week. The West Ballers are looking at the West Ballers. East Hustlers are looking at the East Hustlers. The Central Goons are looking at the Central Goons. And that's how it ends. That's how it's going to be for the next 2 weeks on leading into playoffs. So, very interesting, guys. Things are getting very hot, okay? And
I want to announce something.
Yeah.
For Christmas.
Mm-hmm. Christmas is approaching.
Last year, we had a Halloween episode that we directed. It was very nice.
It was. The sound was terrible. I listened to it the other day. We will do better this time.
Yeah, but we have something very, very nice going to be planned out for Christmas. And
we implore our league mates to please send voice messages for this episode.
We're going to ask you guys we're going to give you scripts. Everyone be prepared.
Yep.
It's legit.
Get those acting
for
voices
sure.
on.
I'm going to send you guys scripts, and you guys are going to have to send me shit back. And fucking Bill, you have to send me something back.
And Frank, too.
You fucking guy. And Frank, too. All right, Frank, you know how to use WhatsApp.
You had a great podcast voice last week.
That or send me the recording through Instagram, and I'll figure it out. All right? Just send me the recording somehow.
Something.
All right? Send me the fucking recordings, okay? Whatever. I'm going to send you guys a script, okay? Just get ready. It's going to be fun.
It's going to be cute.
A lot of secrets revealed. People finding out stuff. It won't be short of excitement, okay?
Someone is going to die. I have a feeling. So yeah, that's today's episode, brought to you not only by Shard Spray, but also brought to you by Only Farts. Guys, subscribe to Only Farts. It's very exciting. You get to watch people fart, and like the spray comes at you. It's very nice. Super sexual.
We actually got Angie Verona to be the first model. So Andy,
Damn.
I know you like her.
Andy's gonna subscribe to Only Farts in 2 seconds, dude.
Yeah, she's gonna fart in your face.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
All right, guys.
Times are hard, you're afraid to pay the fee, so you find yourself somebody who can do the job for free. When you need a bit of loving, 'cause your man is out of town, that's the time you get me running, and you know I'll be around. I'm a fool to do your dirty work, oh yeah. I don't wanna do your dirty work no more. I'm a fool to do your dirty work, oh yeah.